Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. There's a hell of a lot of news today. Hell of a lot of news. You've got North Korean hackers launching a new hidden risk attack. Um, it's basically malware. Got to be careful out there. You got to be careful out there. Keep a low profile, and don't talk about what you got. Don't talk about what you got. Just keep it to yourself. That'd be a smart idea. Now, of course, if you're a CEO, like the CEO of WondrFi, yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Dean Skirka is the actual CEO of WondrFi, and they had to pay $1 million in ransom to get him back. That's right. He was kidnapped. Now, most companies have some kind of an insurance clause in there for, their top people. So that if they do get kidnapped or something happens to them, insurance pays out. But it does raise the concerns around security for people in the crypto industry, especially for a CEO of a company that's, it's an exchange. They make money. So yeah, you kind of need security. Question is who should, take care of that security? Because you're talking about you've got to secure yourself. You have to secure your family, secure your home, secure your office. And you're probably not the only one in your company that needs security. So that's probably going to be a big conversation. When I was younger, I did bodyguard work. And, you'd be surprised at, back then, how many people actually had security. And it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Because back then people were really loud about what they had and all that kind of stuff. Now you have a lot of people that have money that just don't talk. Just don't talk. I know guys that own car dealerships, and you would never know that they're worth that kind of money. And I'm just like, yeah, they're worth that kind of money. But because they keep a low profile, you're not going to know that. They don't dress like it. They don't drive like it, meaning they don't have fancy cars or anything like that. They have nothing flashy. That's not to say that they can't get dressed up nice and go out and have a good time, but they don't flash it. But I think the time of anonymity is going away, right? In the day and age of crypto, I think that time for high-profile individuals that they're actually going to need, they're actually going to need protection more and more. $1 million. WondrFi CEO had to pay out $1 million to get released. That's some ish right there. That's some serious ish right there. So you might want to pay attention. Just a little bit. Sorry, I'm distracted. There's a hawk outside trying to catch breakfast. Actually, my bad. 2 hawks outside trying to catch breakfast. It must be siblings because they're both about the same size, hanging around the same tree, chasing the same squirrel. And they're huge. The wingspan on these birds is huge. What other good news do we have? BlackRock's iShares. $1.12 billion in a single day in inflows. Yeah. Remember when I was talking about FOMO? Remember when I was talking about, my son wanted to buy some crypto, but his timing put him in the FOMO category, right? And I said, there's a difference between those that FOMO and those that don't. And he goes, what's the difference? I said, people FOMO because they're late to the game. People that invest deliberately are getting paid by those that FOMO. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, think about it. Those that invest deliberately are most likely here already. Those that FOMO are now buying in. Who are they buying from? Just saying. Or they could be buying from other people, but who's getting the benefit at the end of the day? It's the people that invested deliberately. I said, but right now you're FOMOing because you saw things going up and you said, I need to get in. That's fear of missing out. And he was like, wow. I said, yeah. Now, if you develop an investment strategy and you implement that investment strategy, you are now investing deliberately instead of investing, you know, as a FOMO kind of person. And he just looked at me and he was like, yeah, that's not cool, man. I was like, well, you know, but what is cool is that you want to make your own investments instead of having me do it, which is what I normally do. So that's actually really cool because you're learning something, and that is very important. And he goes, yeah, you know, I said, so what's your investment strategy? He goes, I'm looking at everything. I think I'm going to do this every week. Take a couple of bucks out of my paycheck and go do something. Now, his older brother, he works for his older brother, and his older brother only pays him a little bit. Why? Because he takes the rest and he invests it for him. That's the big deal. It's forced investment. Brother to brother, forced investment. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. That's what's up. You know, we have to teach our kids how to invest, not save, how to invest. That's the big deal. And people miss out on that. And I hope everybody in our community does not miss out on that. Good morning, Stitchy. He knows I'm videoing, so he turned and walked the other way. He's going to get up there and go hop on his couch and look out the window and watch the birds. Yep, there he goes. That's my baby. Well, my baby's my daughter. That's her baby. Binance adds XRP and Doge to smart arbitrage. And the reason why? Come on. It's because the market is going insane. That's why. We'll go over the numbers in a little bit. The market's going insane. It's absolutely crazy. Then you have Ripple considering a Dirham-Backed stablecoin for the UAE. Now that would be interesting. Now my question is the UAE interested in a stablecoin, or are they interested in a CBDC? Because at one point, Ripple was running around telling the world, we can do your CBDC for you. Yeah. And I'm sitting back and I'm kind of going, yeah, maybe that's changed. Maybe the pulse around the world is, CBDC sucks. I know in the United States, with the new regime coming in, there's like that much of a chance of a CBDC happening during this presidency. That's not going to happen. That would be insane. That would be the exact opposite of what he was talking about. So I don't think that's going to happen. Which means that it's going to be 4 more years for crypto adoption to grow, crypto integration to grow. Do you know what I mean? To say it, there's a lot can happen in 4 years. We were having this conversation last night, and I just don't think that a CBDC is just going to happen. I just don't think so. And then everybody's wondering why Ethereum just blew up. Ethereum reported that they have the Ethereum Foundation reported that they have $970 million treasury. Imagine having an almost $1 billion treasury. Yeah, they're doing all right. They're doing all right. And I'm kind of like, and that includes major crypto holdings. And I'm sitting back and I'm kind of going, yeah, they're kind of doing things the right way. But I will tell you this. You want to know what news really hit me? So we all know that there's going to be a new SEC chair. You want to know who opted out? Crypto Mom opted out. Hester Pierce said, nah, I'm not going to go for that. That's the exact reason why you should give it to her. That's the exact reason why. She just said, I could be interested in doing a crypto task force, though. I could be interested in that. Now, I want you to think about it. A crypto task force would have, kind of a double-edged sword, right? They would, chase after people that are doing bad, but they would also work with people so that they could do it right the first time. Now, wouldn't that be interesting? I don't know. That's kind of a pragmatic approach toward regulating the space. Isn't that what everybody's been asking for? Why is that so hard? I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I want you to think about this. Democrats are in power. We're in power. And Coinbase was able, through FOIA, was able to get Freedom of Information Act. Through FOIA, they were able to get documentation. They found 20 instances in that documentation where the Fed was telling banks, do not play with crypto. Yeah. Why? To squash an industry that can't be squashed? Sometimes you take a step back and you say to yourself, people can't be that dumb. But here's proof that they were that dumb. Let's squash what we don't understand instead of learning about it. That ought to tell you something. That ought to tell you something. Just dumb pet tricks. Really dumb. And you know, when I look at taking a more pragmatic approach, it doesn't mean I want it to be the wild, wild west. But it does mean I don't want companies that have literally asked you, hey, we need some help. Can you tell us how to do this legally? And the SEC not doing anything, not saying anything. Oh, it's really easy. Just go to our portal and you can register and you can do this and you can do that. And you go to the portal, you have like a lot of people, a lot of companies go to the portal and say, yeah, you can't do that. Who are you lying to? And then they turn around and bring cases against those companies. It's like, but how do you bring a case against somebody when you didn't tell somebody what was illegal? That makes no sense. Which is why I go back to, I think there are going to be a lot of cases dropped. How could there not be? There are absolutely going to be a lot of cases dropped when the new regime comes in. So just like, you know, the SEC trying to get, you know, major things thrown out in the Kraken case, I think you're going to see more flailing, because that's what that is. That's flailing. That's somebody just throwing their hands all over, seeing what they hit. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, no, you need to drop the case. I think there are a lot of cases out there where they don't really have a case. They were just trying to flex because we're the government. That doesn't work. That does not work. It hasn't worked in a really long time. And I think the SEC had gotten lazy. I think they had gotten lazy. And I think that Ripple case where you asked for $2 billion and you got 125 million. Yeah. Not even 1%. Yeah, that's interesting. So I'm sitting back and I'm just saying to myself, you know, it would be nice. It's just me. But it would have been nice if they brought a case. But, excuse me. But I think that the court said, okay, we'll give you something because you won. But you really didn't have that much of that strong of a case, which is why you're going to get paid this. I mean, Ripple paid more in legal fees than they did in the fine, and now both sides are being told, "Hey, go work this, go work this out." You know what Coinbase is going to say now? I'm not going to work out jack. I'm not going to work out jack. I'm going to wait. That's what's going to happen. They're going to wait. If they did anything else, it'd be crazy. But I think they're going to wait. I'd wait and say, well, let's see what happens when the court case kicks in. Why don't we see if we can delay the court case until after the new regime comes in? That'll be that. I mean, they might not even have to wait that long. Remember, the handover starts, you know, basically now. So that might not even have to be a thing. So I'm just wondering, like, excuse me, when you start thinking about all of the cases that are out there, Kraken, OKX, Coinbase, Ripple, those are the big ones. What about all the small ones? Where they could, remember when the SEC flexed on Kraken and Kraken cut that $1 million check? Just to come back later and say, we're taking you to court again? Oh, no, it's different. No, they smelled blood in the water. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just saying, yeah, the SEC is going to lose out. Because every time they flex, it just looks funnier and funnier and funnier. Because they're not coming with strong cases. For the most part, they're not coming with strong cases. When somebody's actually wrong, of course they have a stronger case. But with companies that just have a name, think about that. Companies that have a name, they have the weakest case. And unfortunately for them, normally companies that have a name also have a bank account. Ripple gave them the middle finger because they had enough money to fight it. As soon as that court case goes over, all hands, it's going to be insane as to what Ripple does with XRP. I think XRP is just going to take off. I think XRP will just take off. I mean, the industry is already taking off, but obviously, XRP is being held back because it still has, cases pending. Once everything gets thrown out, that's done. There's nothing holding them back. No appeals, no nothing. It's all out there. All out there. So when you look at the businesses that are out there now, I think you're going to see a lot more businesses start in the crypto space now than before. Real businesses. Real businesses. So we'll see what happens. I think the banking industry is going to see some change. Handcuffs. Oh, you got in trouble for that? Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Go do your thing. I think that's what's going to happen. Which means on the consumer side, we had better watch out. Because I want banks to understand something. As the handcuffs come off, you don't necessarily want to not do the right thing. Because right now, people have a choice. They can go crypto. I know a lot of people have to go totally crypto. And only use a bank when it's time to pay bills. They'll transfer in some money, pay their bills. Transfer in some money, pay their bills. But they're not keeping anything in the bank. Maybe 1 or 2 months worth of bills. That's it. The rest of their money is over there. Think about how much money they can make. They're like, yeah, no, I make more money over here than I do with any bank. So why should I give them my money? So it would be to the bank's best interest as an industry to do better. Absolutely, to do better. And we were sitting around speaking about how CZ did an interview and he hinted at, I might be interested in selling my stake in Coinbase. And what's funny is he says it like he doesn't own 90% of Binance. Like, what? And we were just speculating last night as to, who could actually cut that check. And then Captain Banana had the best comment of the night. She said, he might just want a little bit of cash and something else. Then we started talking about, well, who has the something else? Microsoft could, MicroStrategy could, Block could, PayPal could, Stripe could, like a fintech could, right? Because they can say, well, we can buy you, cut you this check, and give you proceeds for the next X amount of time. Binance makes billions per quarter. Just saying. And then I had another idea. Tether could. I don't know that Circle can. I know Tether can. They make billions per month too. And what's the difference between a company that makes a coin having an exchange or an exchange having a coin? Think about the number of exchanges that have coins. So it wouldn't be a first. But wow. That would be the ultimate move but they've got legal issues going on in the United States, but they're not based in the United States, I don't think. So, be like, oh, we're going to have problems over there. Okay, how can we make up for that? Oh, we'll buy the number one exchange in the world and keep it moving. Now what? Yeah, you got nothing. They'll just make more money per month. Just saying. There are things out there that are going on that you pay attention to and you're just like, wow. So I'll be watching for a long time. I'll be watching if CZ actually gets into talks to sell. If a bank was to buy, there's nothing wrong with a bank becoming an exchange, but I have to tell you, I think that's a slippery slope. And here's why. I think the second a bank buys an exchange, that bank is going to see people jump ship. People are waking up to the idea very much so that, yeah, I'm not going to keep my money on an exchange. I'm going to go non-custodial, and that'll be it. I use an exchange for transactions, and that's it. And that's okay. Why? Because exchanges make money off the transactions. That's the bulk of their money. So yeah, I can see that. But a bank go buy an exchange? Ooh. Yeah, I can see assets under management. I can see deposits dropping. I could definitely see that. Because name a bank that people trust. Out of the big four, name a bank that people trust. I think banks are going to take a hit. If they get into crypto doing something like that, I think they take a hit. It's possible they could be successful if they do it right. But there's a lot that they have to do to get it right. And there's so much more that they could do to get it wrong. Oof. Anyway, you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. Let's go do that. So let's start with the top 25 losers on the GMB crypto tracker. And look at that. There's 3. Nobody cares. There's nothing there that anybody cares about. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So then you say, okay, let's go take a look. Go take a look at the top 25 winners. Wow. This one, grass, has gone up a couple of days in a row. Look at that, 41% in the past 24 hours. It's just setting all new highs. That's all it's doing, is setting all new highs for itself. Mudang, I have no idea what this is, but it keeps going up, 32 cents. It's only 9% off its all-time high. Just saying. Kronos, don't know why Kronos is up, but it's up, 32%. It's 89% off its all-time high with a GMBX factor of 7.52x. Wow. I'm not paying attention to Pepecoin. Jitto, because it's the fake. They named it like that on purpose. Jitto, 22% up, 52% off its all-time high, 1.09 as a GMBX factor. Then you have, look at this. Do you see this? Cardano up 17%. 6.14x. Can it do it? I think it's possible. Where I didn't think it was possible before, I think it's possible. I think there's a possibility it can do it. And even if it couldn't do a 6.14x, I still think it could do a healthy multiple. I think it'd do a healthy multiple. So yeah, I hold a bag of Cardano and I'm proud of it. But 17%, wow. I mean, just a couple of days it was like 32. Just saying, it has moved. Pith Network was down the other day. It's up now 12%. Why? Oh, maybe it's because I told you guys that Van Eck opened up an ETN in Europe for Pith. So here it is, up 12%, 65% off its all-time high, and it has a 1.85 GMBX factor. We can go down this list like freaking forever. Here's Jupiter with a 0.78 GMBX factor, up 11%. Nero up 10%. Let's see, Arweave up 9% with a GMBX factor of 4.01. Then you have Solana up 9%. It's at 203. I told you guys 200 was around the corner. Nobody believed me, but there you go. I told you, I don't mind investing in Solana. I have a bag of Solana. I have a healthy bag of Solana. But when altcoin season is over, when we start seeing those signs, I'm going to tell you right now, Solana will probably be the first one I sell. Because for every day that you hold Solana, you're taking that risk. What's the risk? The gremlin shows up. The network gremlin shows up. And there's always a steep drop when that happens. So yeah, it's up 9%. But like I said, when Bitcoin, when altcoin season is over, I'm out with a quickness. With a quickness, I'm out. Look at that, 0.27x. Why? Because their all-time high is 259, and they're at 203. Just saying. Let's see. Forget about the staked ones. Polygon is up 8% with a GMBX factor of 6.91x. Yeah, they've got upgrades coming. So yes, I think they can do it. And Gotius Maximus up 8%. Only negative 5% off its all-time high. They just said it. Yeah, 0.06x. I'm telling you, Injective You know, up 7%, 57% off its all-time high with a 1.34x. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, some of these guys can do it. Some of these guys could absolutely do it. I'm just saying, some of these coins could absolutely pull it off. Pay attention to which ones you like. And then we have who's reporting today that we care about. Let's see, is anybody on this list that I'm holding? No, but I do like to look to see who's coming out with stuff. Right? And the reason why is because they can tell you about the various industries that are out there, if they're doing good, if they're doing bad. That's why I pay attention to number season. We already got stuff from the Fed. The fear and greed index is at 75, down from 77 yesterday, and the market's taking off even more now. DeFi Llama, 105. We were at 103 yesterday. We're at 105, almost 106 total value locked. That's huge. That is huge. And then when you look at the big board, look at this. So much stuff in the green. So much stuff in the green. And then you sit back and go, what do I buy? What do I buy? Look at SUI at $2.30. SUI's all-time high is $2.35. You see ETH a couple of days ago was at 24 and change. It's approaching 30. 29.19. I'm just saying, people, pay attention to the opportunities that are out there. Get yourself the Grow My Bag crypto tracker so you can see what has potential. And we're not even talking about, going beyond the all-time high. We're just saying from right here to your all-time high, right? Here's how much it'll take. That can help you get things squared away in your head as to where you should be investing or where you could be investing. Just saying, there's a lot. There's definitely a lot. And then, like I said, look at this. So that pink line right there, that's the new all-time high of 76,943. 76,943. Yeah. We hit it right there yesterday. Bam. So I'm just saying, there are opportunities. There are serious opportunities. Remember this? Now, they're being outpaced by a lot of other coins, but you can see how Ethereum's coming back. I told you people, don't sleep on Ethereum. Don't sleep on Ethereum. A lot of people did. And now you're wondering. Solana's doing well. BNB's got to wake up. Sooner or later, BNB is going to wake up and it's going to skyrocket again. Remember, it likes being over, like deep into the 600s. That's where it's happiest. And remember, like people don't realize how many things actually run on BNB chain. When people start to wake up to that, they'll start buying back in. And it's only slightly outpaced by Solana. Look how close these numbers are. Only slightly outpaced in terms of what it's returning. What else do we have? XRP at 55. That's really low. Still 10% down on the year to date. Dogecoin is coming back. It's at 19.28. Right? Cardano blowing up. But look at this. Still on the year, it is 30% down. It's still down 30% year to date. Just saying. You got a long way to go before you get back to that year to date, and then a longer way to go to get back to its all-time high. That means there's a lot more money coming through. And we're expecting, the Constitution to be ratified in December for Cardano. So that's going to be another big bump for them. Let's see what happens. Let's see if they can maintain this through December, and that ratification, we'll see another big bump. That could actually push them over $1. That could actually do it. That could actually do it. Toncoin. Wow. Toncoin's not playing games. Toncoin's not playing games. Still up for the year. Not doing well over the past few days, but still up for the year. Toncoin's about to make a U-turn and go up again. 491. Yeah, I got no problem with that. Toncoin's about to make it happen. Toncoin is about to make it happen. Number 10. Oh, that's Tron. I don't carry Tron. See that? 9, 10, 9, 11 rather. I don't do Tron. Avalanche and Shiba Inu are going back to back. Wow. People sleep on Shiba Inu, but look at Avalanche down 28%, almost 29% year to date. And then look at Shiba Inu at 83% year to date. Yeah. Yeah. And then look at that. Chainlink up at 1266 a couple of days ago is at $10. A few days ago is at $10. Still down 15.33% year to date. It's going to blow through that. Not a problem. That's going to be easy. And then you come back and you think about, well, what's Chainlink? It's the world's number one oracle. You shouldn't be asking that question. You should already know it. And they're cutting deals left and right. Did you hear what happened with the project, the proof of concept project with UBS, Swift, and Chainlink? Cross-border settlements of real-world assets. That's tokenization, folks. Chainlink is not playing games. They're not playing games. Bitcoin Cash, another sleeper. Another sleeper. Look how well it's doing. I'm looking at the rate of return that I'm getting from these various projects. That's what I'm looking at. Look at Sui coming on strong. It's been eking up. It's just been just going up every so often, incrementally, and it's been doing it quietly. It's at 231. Its all-time high is 235. What are you missing here? You're missing opportunities. Go down the list. See what you like. Use the GMB crypto tracker to figure it out. There's money to be made, and we're not really even in bull run season yet. That's not supposed to be here till next year. Just saying, folks, it's going to be a good Christmas. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, smash the likes and become a member. We have so many things coming for you guys. It's not even funny. If you've been paying attention to the shows, you know what we have coming. And the big bagger is going to find out some special news. A week from Sunday, we're going to have big announcements for the big baggers, and they'll see what's coming. They'll get a preview of what's coming. Anyway, everybody, I hope you have a good one. Thank you so much for your trust. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until later today. Actually, might not have a show later on today because I'm going to be traveling, so I'm not sure yet. But we'll see. If not, you'll definitely see me on Sunday. That's going to be a lot of fun. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.